Hello?
What's up, girl? What happened after Tony dumped you?
Girl, I'm over it. I went from heartbreak to hate.
Oi, Joy.
Hey, what it is, Bob?
Oh, you sound so sad to be so professional.
That's right. We got our mics back.
Yeah, Mike's back. Only took 3,000 months to get them. But, you know, it's one of those things that's not always on our minds. It's not our full-time job.
Well, but also, we were really making it work. I want to give us more credit than you will.
Right.
For making it work. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
So we made it work in the workroom.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. We're very excited for today.
So, yeah, do you want to tell the folks?
So we are creating our own episode of Drag Race.
Yes, and hopefully we'll not get sued.
It's all in love. I don't think that we're going to get sued. I think you worried about these things, and I don't, because first of all, it's all love, and secondly, it's not like we make any money. There's nothing to sue.
There's nothing
we don't
to
have
sue.
Any money.
That is true.
And we don't make any money.
And we're just actually using this as a learning opportunity for those who do not know what Drag Race is.
Exactly. We're evangelists.
We're
okay,
evangelizing.
So we should be thanked, quite frankly.
And thanked with a Cadillac. Just like a real evangelical would. We want a mansion and a Cadillac. So yeah, spreading the joy of Drag Race to the world. So what we plan to do is give you just a little bit, a little taste.
Yes.
Of what Drag Race is, and we're going to do that by doing a few of the iconic workroom challenges and main stage challenges from RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah. Do you just want to get into it?
I just want to get into it.
So we are acting. This is an all-out acting challenge.
Yes.
So we're speaking from a perspective of a person that does not exist. So if offensive things are said,
I like this disclaimer.
then it is solely the person who is possessing our body at that time, and not the control of Joy and I. Okay. Oi, my name is Cruel Whip. I am from Hell, Michigan, and I am 666 years old. And I don't care what kind of fruit you are. I'm always on top. The cows back home always tell me that I'm the dark empress of drag, but I like to describe my drag as a scarecrow in a luxe hotel on a bullet train to Bermuda. And I'm going to win RuPaul's Drag Race because you're all fucking awful.
Hey, my name is Petty Bitter Jelly, but my haters call me PBJ. I'm from the Payne, Illinois. I'm 43 years, so old. My friends say, we get the petty, we understand the bitter, but jelly? And I tell them, it must be jelly, 'cause jam don't shake. These bitches always tell me that I am the mean grandma of drag, but I like to describe my drag as the baddest bitch in the nursing home on a tour bus to Bitter Springs, Arizona. I'm going to be the next drag superstar because my petty goes lower than anyone's and my bitter knows no rival. So for our first challenge, the design challenge, also known as the sewing challenge, and sometimes a fashion challenge, involves queens creating an outfit to display on the runway using fabrics or unconventional materials, or putting together a look from clothes brought from home to fit certain themes and criteria. Typically, the design challenge is the first main challenge of the season. This challenge, we will be doing something based on a past podcast.
I based my outfit on the podcast about ghost fucking, And my outfit consists of a sheet covered in green day glow slime, with a dildo protruding from a hole in the front genital region, and then I have an ass sticking out of the ass region. It's very Mugler, it's very McQueen, it's very Tim Burton, very Gaga boots.
I was inspired by my cat He-Man and his knife paws, his murder mittens, if you will. So I've decided to design a Freddy Krueger-inspired dress based on episode 19 horror movies, where I confessed Nightmare on Elm Street was my first horror movie and series. I know Michelle is gagging on my green top, and I've used ribbons to create the iconic red and green stripes for my sleeves and the skirt. I was able to Mod Podge old microphone wires into knives to create my gloves. I'm feeling murderously sexy, and I'm ready to take over your dreams.
The reading challenge, also sometimes referred to as reading is fundamental, is an infamous mini challenge where the queens have to read each other and throw shade. Since we're doing this kind of as a roast slash reading challenge. So.
Alexis, you are so shady that you have stock in Sunglass Hut. Eureka, the Real Housewives called. They want you to stop using all the lip filler. It's been back ordered since your last visit. Coco Montrese. Coco is proof that thin nose highlight trend isn't for everyone. I don't want to imply that Coco paints an extreme face, but someone showed me a picture of her first thing in the morning, and I thought I was still dreaming about aliens. Jan. Jan is known as a nice queen, and she is. She's nice and always so upbeat and positive all the time. Her psychiatrist must be making a fortune. Silky Nutmeg Ganache. It's not that you're loud, annoying, aren't original, think you're God's gift to the planet that makes me want to vomit. It's the fact that you use the same tired gimmick and lip syncs over and over. Oh, wait. That fits under not original. Never mind. Michelle Visage. You are the Gail to Rue's Oprah. And good for you for riding that train as far as you can. Mama Rue. We love you in dresses. We love you in suits. I will say some of your suits have activated my epilepsy, but it's a small price to pay to be in the vicinity of your greatness.
Silky Nutmeg Ganache, PhD, MA, MSP, Esquire. The only three initials I want to see behind your name is RIP. Coco Montrese. Proof that a turtle outside of its shell can still lose twice on RuPaul's Drag Race. And Coco, don't let other people make fun of you for having Dorito-colored makeup. You could always get into one of the bags under Silky's tits during her lip-sync performances. Jan, the positive queen, and I'm positive that I want to push you the fuck down the stairs. Alexis, you've spent 3 seasons being shady and extremely delusional. Eureka, we found oil, and it's been injected in your lips. The only thing more annoying than your performance and your voice is Jan. Michelle, my favorite actress on Jersey Shore. And RuPaul, the only thing older than you is your glaucoma.
The Improv Challenge is a challenge where the contestants' improvisational skills are put to the test in order to win the main challenge. The contestants usually have to act as a certain character, but unlike in the acting challenge, they do not receive lines they have to learn for their performance. And for today's Improv Challenge, we will truly be doing that on the spot. We are pulling up a prompt right now. Oh, it looks like the prompt is... Oh no, you're hurt, and the emotion is unsure.
Oh no, you're hurt.
Uh, yeah, I don't even know. I tried to split and it just didn't work out.
Sorry. Um, um, I'm a bit early.
For once, I really, really don't want to go to work today.
But you have to because you got to get all the Christmas presents for the kids. Please stop lying to me. You're killing me.
We're so good at improv.
We're so great at improv. We should just keep going.
No, I can be better. I can be better. Give me another.
Okay, okay. Do you want me to give you another prompt?
Give me one more. We can do this.
Okay,
Okay.
let's do one more prompt,
Okay.
and then we have to throw it back to each other 5 times based on what you do. 4 times.
Okay.
We just keep that going.
Okay.
Not a new prompt. You
I'm
ready?
Ready. Okay. Actually, our town has 4 main streets: North Main, East Main, West Main, and Main. Which did you want?
I was actually wanting Kanye West Main.
Oh, you know what? That's like 4 towns over. It's an easy, honest mistake.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought that this was the line for all president elects.
Again, people mistake us all the time, so don't even feel bad. Don't worry. It's super easy. You're just going to get back on the train,
Okay.
head 4 more stops, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That one was a killer.
But we truly did that on the spot. So, be gentle.
All right. So now we come to the point that all the queens love, and that is the singing, rap, and recording challenge. So typically, it's also known as music challenge or the girl group challenge. The contestants have to write lyrics, usually to a RuPaul's track, and add their own lines about themselves or others to the track. Are y'all ready?
Are you going to tell them what we've chosen or expect them to know?
Well, we have gone back into back into time, like 14 decades ago, to when RuPaul was on a gramophone, and she created Supermodel. Supermodel of the World, cover girl, also known as that. So we decided we would go with the old school. This is not the actual song, but it's the beats and such. So.
Well, I am petty, that is true. So much pettier than you. And if you want a bitter pill, hang with me and get your fill.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
All right. Zen moment. Okay.
Cruel whip.
Your girl, Cruel Whip is here. Full beautiful with a little fear. Find me on Skype, Chat, or Beta, or Zoom. Taking the crown, so give me room. Horrible.
No.
No. So that is just a part of RuPaul's Drag Race and some of the challenges that they have. We kind of sped through that a lot faster than we thought we would. But
We did, but I also knew that we would have time at the end to kind of reiterate our love for the show, because we truly do love the show. We watch Obviously the American version. I watched the UK version. What's the other one? Australia.
Australia. You watch Australia.
Australia's gotten on board. Meanwhile, Bob over here watches it all.
Every
Watches
single international.
Spain, Holland, Canada,
Mhm.
Italy.
Italy. Yeah. And
that was all
Thailand.
Oh, see, no, I probably
Because Thailand has 2 seasons so far.
Does it? Okay.
Well, yeah. Should be going into 3. Yeah, no, I love Drag Race. I love Drag Race for a lot of reasons. Mostly, I like the artistry that is drag. So, like, a lot of my art gets inspired by drag queen makeup.
Mhm.
And it's really interesting to see someone's point of view in, like, the context of a competition. Now, typically, I'm gonna be honest. You do find a lot of the queens are very similar, or that someone kind of takes a fashion role or a pageant role or a dinner role, and that was a joke.
no, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was no laughter.
Oh,
What was that?
I don't know, but it like
Damn. It's really just
it was
alien
like-
from outer space. Better.
it was-
Yeah, no, and so, like, you kind of it gets a little sometimes.
It gets repetitive, but in all fairness, every other show. See, you don't watch all the other dramatic reality shows, but I do.
Right.
And so I watch them enough to know that you have to expect the same kind of characters. That's
Okay.
just, part and parcel of watching a show is that you're going to see the same stuff all the time. But at the end of the day, there still is new things that appear with the outfits and the makeup, and I think that's part of what keeps us going.
And the addition of, trans drag artists as well, especially, has been the last year. Next year there's a cisgender drag queen. Straight drag queen, yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I haven't read any of the articles, but
yeah, I have.
apparently the internet is a little divided on this new contestant. Because every time you introduce something new, the internet is divided, right? Like years ago, there was some division about whether or not a trans person should compete. I mean, years ago.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still the same. I mean, like, I watched Dragula, which is obviously not RuPaul's Drag Race, but the Boulet Brothers show, and it's more about horror, more the horror side of drag. But and they have had, cisgender women and trans individuals and non-binary, and they fully represent that on the show. But even within that, there's always fighting amongst, not necessarily fighting, but, like, there's a cisgender woman on the show, and early on in the season they were like, you don't have to pad, you don't have to wear a breastplate, like, and so, like, there's always that kind of stuff on the show, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out with, I think there's 2 trans individuals on this season, trans women on this season, and then the cis straight gentleman.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. The UK, and I assume UK is just ahead of the US, but this last season, now she didn't last long, but there was a cisgendered woman, or bio queen. I think she introduced herself.
Yeah.
Didn't she said
bio at the
she
beginning.
Did say bio.
Yeah.
She did. I'm like, I didn't make that up.
No, the term that the bio queens is as a term, but then they use the A assigned female at birth.
Oh, okay.
As the term now for. Okay. But yeah, bio queen. It just means biologically born, but yeah.
Yeah, but it seemed like nobody, like, at least no one on the cast had an issue with her.
No.
So I don't know if the internet in the UK was divided about it or not, but
yeah, it's very interesting because like we've talked about before on our podcast, we 20 years ago were into the drag scene here locally, and there were trans individuals, there were AFAB drag queens, there were, drag kings. They have what are they called? They call them something. It's when it's just like more like not really drag, but more like a strip lead, like a female lead or a male lead, where it's just they get up there and they do like a strip performance and
Yeah.
or burlesque type thing. So I mean, we've seen it around here for a while, and I mean, obviously we weren't in the conversations then, but I don't feel like anybody was like,
No,
no,
people were just used to it. And so
yeah,
I think, yeah, once something goes on a national scale, there's going to be plenty of people who are totally on board, and then there's those few that have the problem, and they're going to just shout the loudest, unfortunately, right?
right,
So, but getting back to it, I would say, like, as creatives, um, it is an amazing show. Like you said, you've been inspired to do artwork based on it. I think it's just expanded my mind in general to do other things. I started doing songs and stuff,
hmm
and not necessarily that it came out of Drag Race, but we've seen so many people write verses for songs that it's like, why not
yeah.
give it a shot? Why be afraid? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing is like, yeah, like the whole, I guess, face your fear kind of thing, because it's
Absolutely.
usually always, a drag queen performer will be on there and they will have almost all the package, right? But there's usually that one thing they're not good at. So they're not
Mhm.
good at acting, they're not
Yeah.
good at roasting, they're not good at singing. Like and they're usually it's the drama of the episode. Am I the drama? I'm not the drama.
Drama.
But which yes. Shout out Scarlet Envy on that one. But yeah, it's usually a plot point.
Yeah.
We will say I want to say on if someone is actually listening out there from RuPaul's Drag Race world, and shout out to Trixie and Katya, because I kind of noticed that we have very similar episode ideas
Yes.
at
Yeah.
different times, like a year later. But whatever. Um, if anybody who is on the producing team of RuPaul's Drag Race, I need you not to have the person who's going to go home that episode not give their saddest story ever.
You are always like the one that points at. See, I'm the one who like just goes along with the flow, and I'm like la la la, and I try not to think ahead of like what's gonna happen. But Bob always knows. Bob's always like, okay, so now this person's telling their sob story, so they're going home.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's every time. Like every time there's a coming out point. Like I think I told you that in this
Uh,
season of Canada's Drag Race there was a queen in Ocean, and she talked about how she was as a child just left in the woods by her family,
you did
and
say
then
that.
found and then adopted and then
Yeah.
treated whatever, and treated great. She had a better life afterwards. But I mean, like, as soon as she said I was left in the wood by as a child, I was like in a heavy Quebec accent, but I was like, she's going home, and she did. Plot twist, plot spoilers, spoiler alert. So that's all I need. I didn't need a little bit of
We just
variety.
need them to change it up, tell a sob story, but you get to stay another week. And honestly, they can clearly chop it up differently, and they must be doing it on purpose, right? Because you can tell. I feel that you can tell that are doing all their asides later. So there's nothing saying that you have to put like. Why can't you just tell that story the week before they go?
But that's the thing. If I was on that show, and the producers were like, poking someone else to ask me these questions, because always someone asks them a question to generate the drama, right, or the sadness.
Yes.
As soon as that would happen to me, I would be stopping what I'm doing and going over and getting headphones and listening to the song for the lip sync. That would be my cue to learn the lip sync, because my ass might be going
Practice
home
all of
tonight.
your best dance moves.
Because it's either I'm going to excel at the thing that I didn't think I could do,
Right.
or I'm going to go home because I told my coming out story. So, like, just practice your songs, But also, I just want to say that the drag queens that we roasted,
Yes.
they are some of the
Most popular.
most popular
We
queens
tried to choose
on the
ones
show.
that were well known.
Yeah,
that
so like if
people-
someone's listening, then
yeah, that we wouldn't pick somebody that you're like, who in the world is that? We hope that you would know these names.
yeah, and I think a lot of them have won reading challenges as well.
Mm.
So that's was like I know Coco did. I know Alexis has. So I mean, I just like, yeah, we definitely picked some that people would know their names, and
Right.
not like Alaska. Love you, Alaska.
Right.
But yeah, just not like, I don't know.
Yeah, for some, yeah. What was I gonna say? I know what I was gonna say. I think I loved that we did this because it's a little bit different. And I know you said we kind of do some kind of acting challenge every year.
Yeah.
But this was a little bit different to like do multiple pieces and like writing a character.
And Joy got homework, and she loved getting
I
homework.
loved getting, but you know, I have talked before about how I was a big old nerd. Okay,
Right.
I am not ashamed of it. I will proclaim that proudly until the day that I die. I was a huge nerd, and so homework, I was like, what?
I put together a briefing packet for her on all the different things.
With Mad Libs and
with
everything.
Mad Libs, so we could just add our stuff to the things that are most commonly said on the introduction. I guess we didn't say there was introductions in the workroom. I guess we could have said that too. So rewind it back, listen to the beginning, and those are what people usually do when they walk in.
Yeah,
too.
that's how they introduce themselves.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. I hope that everyone else that listens loves it also. And, you know, hopefully we'll give you more of this type of extraness in the future.
In the future. I mean, we're planning out some good stuff. This is the end of this end of 2021 for us.
Yep.
We have planned out almost the rest of the Why's It Gotta Be season, as far as what we're doing, which is kind of a first.
Yeah, it usually takes us a while.
It's
to
usually
get
a
topic.
Monday before we do the podcast. What are we doing
Nobody
on
told you to be
Wednesday?
quite that honest about
I mean, I feel like
it.
it makes us more ragtag, more lovable, right? That we do it one take too. Obviously,
Yeah.
you definitely found that out this episode.
Yeah, you definitely know that much. But honestly, I like that, right? Because in a world where everything is so heavily produced
Right.
and like scrubbed and made perfect, we are giving you the real, and you know how I feel about the real in life anyway. So
Yeah, so if you want reality, this is
this
reality.
is the true reality. Nobody is prompting us.
No one's prompting us. We are the producers. We are the actors.
And the reason it flows so well and it could seem produced is because we've known each other for well over 20 years.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Yeah, we're going into 21 years of friendship, y'all.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Our friendship could drink. Just think of that. We could have taken our friendship to the gay bar for the first time. Well, they could have got in at 19.
They could have got in at 19.
But they could drink legally at 21. So
Yes.
that's crazy. And how old you were? What, 20? You were 21 when we met. 22?
22. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I was 69.
For those not keeping track, Bob is only 3 years older than me.
I was, because I was 25. Yeah, because you were just turning 22.
I was just turning.
So met in December 2020. Who would have known there would have been a thing called podcasts?
Wait, you just said 2020. You meant 2000.
2000, shit, yeah.
Do you see how long it took my brain to process?
We're
that?
getting
My brain was
old.
like,
I'm
something
just
didn't
like,
sound right.
Back in 2020. I meant 20 years, yeah. So
Welcome to your 40s, kids. You will mess up all the words. It's fine.
yes, if we knew that we would be talking on a podcast, like if I knew that was going to be a thing, I would have been on it back then. You know me.
I do. I do.
Like if I wasn't like in the corporate world when YouTube started hitting hard, I would have been all about YouTube stuff. But also there was a point to that. God.
Again, welcome to the 40s, kids.
Almost 50s. Shit. Yeah, if you're listening to this, talk to you next year. We're doing we'll be doing our resolutions for others a little differently this year.
Yes.
But
Excited about
excited, which is only going to be like 2 weeks away. So,
And don't forget to drink on December 21st in honor of my birthday.
yes, please do. And heavily drink from the 21st through the 31st just to get you through your family events.